Hi, my name is Britton Brown, and I've been trading the markets for over 3 decades. I'm making this video specifically for new traders, traders that maybe perhaps just getting into the business or thinking about getting into the business for that matter. And I want to address the issue that I see all the time on YouTube, on TikTok, and that is these self-appointed guru traders making $200,000 a month. And the reality is I just want you to understand something. That's not true. they, they're not doing that. The 21-year-old, 18-year-old kid that has on his TikTok that he makes $200,000 a month or 100% win rate, it's all BS. There's actually a term that we use called tradertainment, and this can be a boring business. And if you're a good trader, it pretty much is a boring business. You've got specific trades that you like to take, and the reality is that if you're good at what you do and you're consistent, most of the time you are sitting on your hands, and patience is the name of the game. But I'm just going to leave you with this. This won't be a long video, but I just want you to understand that you really should not be listening to any trader that has less than a decade of experience. It's just unrealistic. You really haven't paid your dues. You haven't seen all different types of markets and how to adapt to it. And yet they're mentoring people. And, they're not making their money trading. They're making their money based off of the amount of viewers they're getting on their YouTube or viewers are getting on their TikTok. They're making money based off of selling you their 100%, 90% win rate trading programs. And to get access to those, uh, my point here, this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, if you like watching it for tradertainment, I saw a couple guys that are on TikTok, and it's actually quite hilarious. And when you're trying to fill some time in the middle of the day and trying to keep yourself from trading, to watch these clowns, and that's what they really are. But I'm sure they're really nice people. But the reality is that they are entertaining. I do crack up when I watch it. They're not making any money doing that, right? They're constantly blowing accounts, and maybe they make a couple of days in a row, and then all of a sudden they have a huge loser and it starts all over. So I made a video before, talked a little bit about prop firms and so on, what you should know and what you should stay away from. There are some interesting business plans out there. What you need is a good solid, as a new trader, one trade only, and that's all you take. And the problem is that you see the $200,000 winning month as their average, and they're driving the Ferraris and the Lambos, and they're taking these rented private jets places, and who doesn't want that, right? But the reality is that that's not what's going on. And so this is a tough business. Like I said, I've been doing it for over 3 decades. And so in doing so, I just want to let you know, I founded TradeHiveCommunity.com. I give away sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, but always in the morning, a playbook. And the playbook is for those that trade S&Ps, for those that trade the NASDAQ, and for those who trade gold. And I'm giving you levels, I'm giving you probabilities. I use a quant program for the probabilities. I'm looking at the setups. I'm looking at the prior day, what kind of forecasting what the next move is. And that's really just to help you. To say that I'm winning all the time, I'm not. But what I'm good about doing is I know how to take a loss, and I know how to take a loss quickly. And I know how to let trades run. So that's really the art of trading. At best, you got a 50-50 shot the minute you pull the trigger, and it's how you manage the trade at the end. And I say 10 years because not only do you not have the experience of seeing volatility in the markets the way they can get, when to stay in, when to, or be in the market, and when to stay out of the market. It's it takes you a solid 4 or 5 years to really get risk management down. And it takes another 5 years of consistency to really get to that place where you take most of the fear out of making a trade. So again, I want you to succeed. I think this is the greatest business in the world. I love doing what I do. An average day for me, I'm in front of these screens probably 6, 7 hours. I get up in the morning at 4:30. I start doing my homework. On the charts themselves, I'm looking at news. I'm looking at economic reports. I'm looking at the global macro viewpoint of what's happened overnight. Is there anything that could be a black swan event coming up? You can't really tell what those are because black swans are, as they say, they're kind of out of the blue. But, if you've been doing this long enough, you kind of get an idea of, hey, give you an example, it's hurricane season, so if I'm trading natural gas, you better believe I better have something in my game plan that will protect me from maybe a short position in the summer that coming out of the summer, maybe it's a little overvalued, but if they shut those pipelines down because of a hurricane, you can bet that there's going to be an increase in price, and there's just a seasonality aspect to it. And I just talk about that from the standpoint that I was one of the largest natural gas futures traders in the pit for a great many years. But anyway, point is, find yourself a good mentor. There are good traders out there that do allow you to watch their trades. Understand that YouTube is a delay. It's not real time. So by the time you might be getting into a market, they could be getting out. There's, I think, at least a 10-second delay, I think, on YouTube. So you want a mentor that can help you work through the charts. You want a mentor that can allow you to watch and hear him work out his trades in real time so that there's no delay. I don't like to let people copy trade me. But I will talk through my trades with those individuals that I'm helping learn this business. So, again, I wish you all the best of luck. I love this business. It's what I do. I started to say I spend 6, 7 hours in front of a computer every day, and none of it's boring. I like doing that. I'd rather be trading than going on vacation, sadly to say. And I feel like I'm missing out on opportunity when I go on vacation. And it's a terrible place to be, but you either love this or you hate it. And I think you'll figure out real quick, regardless of believing me or not, you're going to find out real quick whether this is the business for you. But, ultimately take your time, do it right. Don't try to hit the home runs. It's base hits, right? Get a single, get a double, maybe you get a triple, then you hit a home run. I never swing for the fence. It just so happens that sometimes the trades that I don't think actually have the ability to do what they do are the best runners I have, and they happen because I'm managing the risk, and that's what I would leave you with. So, stay away from those guys. Honestly, they're not going to teach you any good habits as they blow up accounts, and they will blow up accounts. So they'll hide the ones that they blew up, and they'll act like they're making money all the time. It's just not realistic. So all the best to you, man.